Yes guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel. So we are 12 weeks out today. Today is a rest day and we are suffering. We are suffering now guys. So a little bit of an update since I would have checked in with you last. So on Saturday I was a little bit smashed, if I'm perfectly honest. Checked in with Kuba and we decided to run a slightly higher day than usual. So we added an extra 125 grams of rice and an extra 100 grams of carbs. Went, trained chest and arms that day, had the additional food, but then Chloe had a posing seminar on in Manchester, so I went in to meet some mates at that, was doing a lot of steps, ended up clocking nearly 16k steps that day. So my weight was 90.6 that morning, and even with the additional food the next day, my weight dropped to 90.1. Now, on Saturday, we also made that tweak with the GH where we pulled the GH from 6 IU down to 2 IU. So I didn't know the next day whether that weight drop was because we'd removed 4 IU of GH or was it because my body weight was actually coming down. So we went back to baseline the next day, which was yesterday, Sunday, trained legs, just got standard amount of steps in. And then I was fairly fucked yesterday as well. So body weight actually dropped again this morning to 89.4. So pretty big drop, 0.7 kilo there gone overnight. And this is, very, very light for me, like 89.4 kilos. It's a lot lighter than I actually anticipated I was going to be. I checked in with Kuba this morning. And we had originally planned on starting the peak on Saturday, which would have been a week out. When I sent him my pictures, he was kind of like, you're pretty fucking in, your glutes are fairly in, like you're kind of more or less there. And he kind of potentially said we might actually start peaking at 10 days out. So that would be Wednesday, which means I only have to get through today and tomorrow, which would be fantastic, as then I could start eating up into the show, slowly freshening up, as I have really kind of been feeling it the last while. But I kind of had in my head that I was pushing until Saturday, and I had kind of like 5 days of this left. So I just said, look mate, like mentally I'm locked in, adherence isn't an issue for me, I'm ready to kind of do whatever. But he's like, yes, I know, but we don't want to like just chase more glute lines or chase more condition when we could sacrifice elsewhere. You know what I mean? Because I see some people in preps, they get pushed probably a little bit too hard. I'm kind of looking at my physique and I'm kind of saying, oh, my glutes could be a little bit leaner. Or why doesn't X body part look like this? Reality of the situation is, guys, I just don't have enough muscle for my physique to look like that yet, okay? I'm fucking almost 6 foot, I'm 89.4 kilos. I've lost 19.4 kg since this prep began. That's a lot of body weight in like what's been 21 weeks of dieting. So, I'm in a good position, I do think. And with how I'm kind of like feeling today, like normally when I wake up in the morning, right, I'm a morning person. I wake up, I go for my morning walk, I crack into my work, I'm super productive, I get everything boxed off, I kind of go and train and then I'm fucked. But I woke up this morning, I was dragging ass in my steps, got back and I was doing my check-ins, and honestly, my head was kind of like fried doing my check-ins today. I had a couple other bits of work to do, I had a call, and I was just fried, honestly, I really was. I feel like I went for a walk in the middle of the day and that kind of freshened me up a little bit. But, even though I went out to the kitchen, I did my meal prep and like, I just felt fucking, smashed, to be honest, which you're kind of supposed to feel at 12 days out. I think this prep was managed very well. And like, when I started to see performance drop-offs, when I started to feel the hunger creep in, when I started to feel the fatigue creep in, that was at a lot of a later stage than I'd actually originally anticipated. So, I'm pretty pleased with how everything has gone. And I think maybe doing this peak early might probably be a better approach, because when I did my diet break, as if you would have watched, my videos on that, for the entire week of that diet break, like for the full 7 days, it was like I was kind of fairly fucked and up until like the Friday or the Saturday where I started to feel a little bit fresher. And then Monday, Tuesday, when I went back to baseline, like after a diet break, I felt like really good. So it kind of took me that whole week almost to freshen up. So if that's the case and I started my peak on Saturday, for the show Saturday, Sunday, then the following week, I'd only like just be kind of feeling good by the time the show arrives. And obviously this time I'm sucked down more. I've, driven myself a little bit further. I'm much leaner. I need to fill out a lot more because I'm a lot flatter than I was when I did that diet break. So, I think it kind of makes sense. And look, I'm just going to listen, do and execute. I'll do whatever Kuba tells me to do. If I check in tomorrow and he says, you know, one more day, that's fine. If I check in, you know, on Wednesday morning, he says, let's do another day. I'm like, that's fine. If I check in Thursday morning, he says, let's do another day. That's fine. I don't really care regardless. I'm just trying to like detach my emotions from like how I look and what I'm doing now, and literally just try to actually follow the plan that he is executing. So, you know, it has been tough last couple of days, guys, but it's kind of been, it's been a fun kind of a suffering, because it's edging closer and closer. And even though some of the days can be long, they can be tough, the weeks overall are flying, and the show is getting so close. Like, I'm looking at my check-in here, I'm looking at my timeline, like I can see how close it is when you have this mad timeline mapped out of like, you know, an off season to show, and there's like weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, and now it's literally just like right here in front of me. It's so close, I can smell the fucking protein. It's just so fucking exciting. So yeah, I really can't wait. Now tomorrow will be a little bit better, as wake up in the morning, you know, do my steps, have my check-ins, then I train as well. And normally I'm not as hungry on my training days as I am on my rest days. So I reckon tomorrow will be a little bit easier to get through, hopefully. But I do think after today's, you know, lower day with the rest day food and stuff, and how I'm feeling, I might even drop again tomorrow. You know, I didn't think. On Sunday, I was like, right, I'm 90.1 kilos here. I don't think my body weight's going to get down to 89 kilos before I start peaking. That big drop to 89.4 this morning. Now I'm kind of like, okay, I could even be below that, which is crazy, because 86.5 was my lowest weight at last prep, and I'm like 2.9 kilos heavier than that right now, which is mad, which goes to show how out of shape I was when I competed last. I thought I was in shape, but you know, there was a lot more body fat to lose, and there's almost always a lot more body fat to lose than you actually think, right? So this has been a pretty long intro clip. It's been like 6 minutes. I think this video, guys, is probably going to be a little bit of a lazy one as well. You know, I debated like getting up in the morning and recording me making my meals and having a little music and thing, and I'm just like, oh, my brain is just too fried at this stage. So obviously 12 days out at this stage, this video is just going to be like updates as we're going on during the week, what the plans are, etc. But then when we start the peaking process, you know, that'll be fun to document. And then the following video after that, it'll all be like show videos. So it should be sick. So just bear with me for this one, guys. Make sure you like the video down below. Make sure you share the video with your friends to make sure they're following along the prep journey as well. And you know, when I hear back with some adjustments, then we will keep you posted. So for now, as you can probably tell, my brain isn't working that well. My next meal's in 40 minutes, 50-gram bowl of cream of rice, which should be marvelous. So I'm going to enjoy that, and I'll catch up with you in a little bit. Yes, guys, welcome back. So we are currently waiting on meal 3 here, and I thought I would give you a little bit of an update. As you can tell, my energy levels are a little bit better today. So today is Wednesday, the 23rd. We are 10 days out. My peak hasn't started today, unfortunately. So Kuba was only getting my hopes up. We are still digging for now. I checked in with him this morning, or was it yesterday morning? He was like, another couple days and we'll be there. So I'm expecting to just run with the original plan, to be honest, and have today and Thursday, Friday left of digging before we do actually start the peak on Thursday, fuck me. Saturday, prep brain kicking in, guys. So I do imagine it'll just be a 7-day peak into the show, which look is going to be sufficient. I think after my diet break, it kind of took me 9 days to feel like normal again, but look, I'm not going to feel like mega amazing anyway, but I think it should be enough. We were 89.6 kilos this morning, so obviously I had that big drop, 89.4 I believe on Monday. Weight went back up again to 90.2, and then it has dropped back down again today. Now I imagine I will probably drop again tomorrow, as the day food is much lower. We're on a rest day, but we have been ordered by Kuba to just fucking not move as much as we can to drop fatigue, okay? So did like 11k steps yesterday. Today I have like 5k done because I walked into town. I got myself a sunbed. I went to Aldi to pick up a couple of bits, but now for the remainder of the day, I am chilling out. I'm staying off my feet. I'm resting up as much as possible. Next couple of days are all just going to be about dropping fatigue, getting the final little bits off, and just kind of getting myself nice and depleted and ready to actually load. Now, if the peak does start a little bit earlier, obviously I will update you, but we're kind of just taking it day by day, guys, kind of, you know, looking at visuals and seeing how things are. Now, I threw a little bit of a wobbler yesterday because I actually posed for Ryan midday, and I was like, oh my fucking God, I look terrible, mate. I was like, my abs are so flat. Like I just completely flattened off everywhere, and I'd had 4 meals in me and a ton of water, and I was like, what the fuck is happening here? I've never seen myself look this flat. And he said it to me as well, I have never seen you look this flat. So it was a bit of a like, oof, fuck, you know, because mind fuck, because I was like, oh, maybe I'm pushing past that red line where I'm pushing a little bit too hard. Am I going to fucking lose tissue? I look terrible, whatever. But just have to trust the process, guys. You know, took some pictures last night, put them on Instagram, and yes, I was flat, but I was like super peeled. And I was actually kind of quite pleasantly surprised with my pictures this morning. Even like my poses are kind of coming together a little bit better now. So I was super pleased with the condition this morning. Kuba actually replied to me as well, and it said, so he said, you just need to rest. Physique wise, we're exactly where we need to be. We're almost ready. So whatever that means, but you know, almost ready could mean start tomorrow, the day after, or we just start Saturday as we originally intended. But I have like my plan of action anyway for like my cruise, post show and all that as well. So like mentally I'm kind of prepared for the next couple of weeks, and I'm already like thinking forward and thinking about the off season and thinking about how much I'm going to nail it, because I'm a little bit smaller body weight wise than I anticipated, and I'm kind of like slightly disappointed at the results of this off season. I mean, like, I made good progress, but I feel like I could have made so much more. And I know now in this next 18-month off season, I'm going to make more progress. I'm going to try and make double the amount of progress I made in the previous 2.5 years, because my application as a bodybuilder, my maturity as a bodybuilder, my commitment to the process and the way I kind of go about things has just leveled up so much. And obviously as well, myself and Chloe are going to be moving to Rotherham to train in Ultraflex full time. I think that's the first time I've actually mentioned that publicly on YouTube. So there you go, guys. Spoiler alert. So that is going to be epic, and I'm really fucking looking forward to this. So after these shows are wrapped up, you know, it's health phase, it's move to Rotherham, it's start back on blast, do an 18-month off season, and then I think in 2 years' time, I'm actually going to be like a proper bodybuilder. Like, I think I will be properly competitive. I think I'll be, you know, a little bit closer to that kind of longer term goal. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. So that is the update for today, guys. There's 17 seconds left in my meal. Boom, that was absolutely brilliant timing. So I'm going to neck this into me now. Try and keep myself busy for the remainder of the day, as it's 12:05 now. And yeah, I've only 3 more meals to eat after this. So just try and keep myself busy fucking watching YouTube or doing something. And then we just get through another day, guys. One day at a time, as Mark Hodson says, one day at a time. So we're nearly there. Final stretch, let's fucking go. Beautiful people of YouTube, what is up? We are 9 days out. Single fucking digits, guys. Look what I had to update this morning, and it was so fucking satisfying. Oof. So single digits, new low body weight this morning, which I certainly felt, because after I updated you yesterday, I was on my fucking arse all evening. So 89.15 kilos this morning. Checked in with Kuba. Original plan is probably going to stay the way it was. We're going to start the peak on Saturday. So we've got today, which is a pull day to get through, and then one last tough rest day tomorrow. So will we see sub 89s by the time we start the peak, guys? Comment down below and let me know. So let's do a little YouTube condition check here. Whoa, look at those quads. Oh, we're getting there now, boys. We are getting there now. We gotta check the glutes though. You gotta check the glutes for the money shot. Whoa. It's coming, and we're flat as a pancake. Wait until you see this when it's filled, I promise. It'll be worth. Excuse the scruffy face and the nose strip. I still haven't taken it off since I've woken up. We're up since 2:45. I've been trying to keep myself busy, getting back to clients, doing check-ins, doing setups, and just getting through it, guys, just getting through it. So that'll probably be the update for today, because after I train, I'm going to be dead to the world. And we'll have our last day tomorrow, which I will check in with you again then, probably in the evening time. And then that'll be the 2 weeks out vlog wrapped up, guys. And then we're into peak week. Oof, it's going to be a good one. Stay tuned. Lovely, thank you. You're welcome. Monster needed for the YouTube. Oh, last day of digging today, boys. that should bridge the gap nicely between my first meal and my chicken and lettuce. So guys, today is the last day of digging. I'm going to post a posing video up on the screen here of what I actually looked like this morning. So this is by far the leanest, tightest, driest I have ever been. I had a new load this morning of 88.7 kilos. Checked in with Kuba, you know, he's very happy. He said, yes, we're going to start the peak tomorrow. This is just the last day to get through, as I said. So plan of attack for today is just rest up as much as possible. I have some physio booked, which I'm going to get him to rub out like my glutes, my hamstrings, my calves, maybe like my back and my shoulders again. As you can probably see when I hit my front lat spread here, that I just can't get into it very comfortably. Now, part of that is from being a little bit flat, but also part of that is just from a little bit of a kind of niggly shoulder issue that I have in my right shoulder, which I really need to get sorted. But look, we'll leave that until after prep. We'll just train through it for now. But yeah, pretty happy with the look this morning. You know, I posted this on my Instagram as well. I actually posted a video like way back in my first competition prep, but like 2 weeks out. I was looking back at that and comparing it to this, and I did say earlier on this video I was disappointed with my progress, but then when you look back you realize like, okay, there is a drastic difference here. So this is what we look like, guys, like fully sucked down, like completely flat before we do a week of a linear load. Now my weight could drop again tomorrow, I don't know, but if it does, I'll be updating you in the next video. I actually sent Kuba over my food. He asked me for the current setup this morning. I sent it back to him, and I thought he was going to update it for me, so I would have known what I was eating tomorrow. But I think he's, you know, waiting me leaving in anticipation for tomorrow. So I'm going to have to wait until I check in on him again tomorrow until I actually get that back. But yeah, guys, I mean, it's crazy. Like the hard work for show number one at least is kind of done now. You know, it's just about chilling out, reducing as much stress as I possibly can, and then just kind of eating up from tomorrow. So we're into train tomorrow and Sunday as well. Sunday is the last leg day, so really looking forward to that. Hopefully after the additional food tomorrow, whatever way he's gonna run with that, maybe it'll be like a super high day, maybe it'll just be normal, I don't really know yet. But you know, the session should be a little bit better from here. Tomorrow will probably be my last two kind of like, you know, not full volume sessions because we have reduced the volume down, but relatively high volume sessions. And then next week, I have no idea what we're going to be doing. Are we just going to stick with the standard, you know, push-pull sessions that we've scheduled? Are we going to be doing upper body pumps? Are we going to be doing upper body pump sessions? I don't know, but I will run through all of that with you guys in the next video, which is going to be the MK Classic and PCA Manchester peak week video. So stay tuned for that one, guys. It's going to be a fucking good one. I know, again, this is probably a little bit of a boring video, and there was a lot of me just kind of rambling throughout the week as I was giving updates, but 8 days out today, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please make sure to drop a like, drop a comment, and we will catch you in the next one when we are eating to our heart's content. Let's go.